Here's some of the ingredients. We have parsley, black pepper, seasoning salt, chopped garlic, some nutmeg, a little chicken stock here, some bacon that I rendered off, and the oil itself, refrigerated it, some heavy whipping cream, any type of cheese you like. We have some cheddar, 2 types of cheddar, some mozzarella, some Italian, some more mozzarella, some cream cheese, and some butter. Okay, go ahead and get started. Don't forget the flour for the base or the roux. Okay, there's our potatoes. We're not going to get those to their tender. We're just going to break them, get them all al dente. They're going to finish off in the oven, but we just want to get them tender, but not cooked all the way. So we already got a skillet here, and we started with a stick of butter, whole stick of butter. Go ahead in there and make a roux. So we're going to start off with this stick of butter here, and then go ahead and stir in about 3-4 tablespoons of flour. We'll just slowly bring that to temperature. We'll come back. We'll do this slowly. We don't want the butter to burn or the flour. We want to keep it nice and white. We don't want to make it brown. So keep an eye on it and don't rush this step. Remember, you're not browning this. You just want the flavor of that flour to cook off a bit. It's starting to look really good here. Keep it from sticking. Go ahead and add in some milk. This is actually heavy whipping cream, but you can use milk, 2% whole milk, whatever you like, skim milk. But I like the fat of the whole heavy whipping cream, so that's what we're going to use. And go ahead and stir that, bring that to temperature. We'll come back when that's all mixed in. Okay, we want to make sure that we dissolve all that flour base in there. And you don't want this to be soupy when you put it over the potatoes. You want it to be nice, thick sauce. So we're going to let this cook down for just a second. No rush here, take your time. Remember, we're cooking this entire meal today in the oven. I've already got some jerk chicken in the oven, some thighs. I did some chicken legs. I done with a jerk chicken flavor. Everything from scratch. I got that in the oven. It's been cooking for about an hour. And I'll be taking those off the full. So I'm doing everything in the oven today, so that way I can get some other stuff done around the house and don't have to wash the pot. All right, we're going to just keep stirring this and make sure. We're using a non-stick utility tool here, so it's a beater, but it's rated for high temperatures, but it's also non-stick. We're starting to thicken up nice. The heavy whipping cream and the flour is starting to thicken. We'll go ahead and get that a little bit thicker. And we'll be back. Okay, you can see it's starting to thicken up here. Starting to bubble, so we're going to go ahead and turn that fire down about halfway. As you can see, it's thickening up. That's what you want. We want it to do it slowly. While we have that thickening up, we're going to go ahead and add in a teaspoon of garlic, maybe 2. You can never have too much garlic, in my opinion. So 2 teaspoons of garlic. We're going to add in some nutmeg. Always makes this taste good. We'll add in a little bit of nutmeg. Okay, here's the nutmeg. Brings out some great flavor. It's the secret that they don't tell you about for your potatoes au gratin. We'll throw in a little black pepper. Seasoning salt. You can use kosher salt. Be careful with that. You can always add, but you can't take it away. And we're going to put in just a little bit of this chicken bouillon. Just for a little hidden chicken flavor note. And something else, just a moment. And also a little dried parsley. And we'll give that a stir. Oh, that's looking nice. That's about where I want it, right there. The thickness, the right consistency for us to add in our cheese. We're going to do a bunch of cheeses, so stay tuned. Let's see what I surprise you with. You can use whatever you like. So I'm going to throw in what I like, but also what I have on hand. Okay, here's some cream cheese I had left over. I'm going to put that in. Let that dissolve. And while that's dissolving, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some other cheeses. Just a moment. Some Italian style cheese. I'm going to throw some of that in there. It's always nice. If you know me, I keep stuff for pizzas and Italian cooking on hand, so we're going to let that dissolve or help it along. Yeah, that's breaking up nicely. We'll grab some more cheese and we'll be right back. Fiesta blend, cheddars. I'm going to go ahead and grab a nice healthy handful of that. Put that in there. Maybe another one. Who likes more cheese? All right. We'll let that melt in there too. Let you see that consistency we're working with here. All right. Apologize for the camera angles, and I'm working with my cell phone. Lil E's knocked out, sleep. Rough day at school today. Very tired. He's weightlifting, so. All right. Look at that. Is that what you want on yours? Look at that. Oh, we ain't done yet. We're going back for some more. All right. Now we'll add in some mozzarella. Right off the block. That's getting nice and thick. I may water that down just a bit with some 2% milk. It's a little thicker than I want, but I also have the fire off, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on to about a 3. We'll get back to this. We have a nice cheesy sauce, as you can see. I mean, you can just eat this. It's got garlic, it's got cheese, it's got heavy whipping cream, it's got butter. It's got all the stuff a fat guy likes. All right, that's nice and thick. All right, let's check on our potatoes. And they're starting to do nicely here. Give those just a little moving around. Remember, we're not cooking these all the way. We're just making it easier on the oven, that's all. Making it easy on the oven, that's what we're going to call it. We're making it easy on the oven. We're going to bring these up to a boil. They're starting to break right now. We're getting a hot break. Once they come up to a boil, we'll take these out, slice them thick, and put them probably put them in the same pan since it's a commercial pan. I'll layer them inside of here and parsley, and we'll make a nice breadcrumb top so we have some crunch to it. All right, we'll be right back. Here's your sauce. And today we're making potatoes au gratin. That's French. We add just a little bit of this 2% in here, just to thin it out. It's a little thicker than I want. Could be the consistency you like. Remember, this is not tell you what to do, but just show you how I do it. You do it the way you do it. That makes sense. This is pretty thick. It's pretty intense right now. So I'm going to probably give it one more little hit of this 2%. It's a diet thing of the whole meal. A little bit of 2% milk. We'll be back. There's our sauce, right about the consistency I want. Got on a real low fire, about a number 3. I've tasted my sauce. To me, it looks like it needs a little more salt. I'm using seasoning salt, so that'll give it some color also. I'm gonna give it a little seasoning because you want those potatoes to be seasoned. We're gonna give a little bit to this potato, but you want the cheese sauce to be on a little bit on the salty side, because you remember the potatoes are gonna absorb so much of the salt out of the dish. But this is giving it the right color I want. As you can see, doing this with one hand, folks. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. You can just dip this with some nachos and just enjoy yourself. Okay, these are starting to come up to a boil. We'll be taking those off soon and slicing them. We'll be back. Okay, taking them out. Rinse them a little bit through cold water, but as you can see, they're still steaming hot. I'm gonna go ahead and slice these up. I'll slice a few, and then I'll throw them inside the pan, show you what they look like. Potatoes look something like that. That's the way I like mine. You can see it's not quite as cooked as I would cook them if I was making, say, potato salad or something like that. But you can see they're just starting to tenderize in the middle, very moist in the middle. All the way through they're moist, but you can see they're not totally cooked, still pretty hard in the center. All right, and that's where you want them. That's the way I like to have them. Okay, as you can see, we're just sitting here dicing these up, slicing them up. Then we're gonna start layering them in the pan like that. You don't have to layer them, you can just throw them all in their bucket and throw the cheese sauce on top and it'd be delicious. But if you're gonna do it fancy for somebody, you might as well do it fancy for yourself. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a little trick. I have some bacon scraps pieces that I rendered down and fried, and I keep those on hand just for flavoring. And I'm going to put a layer of those broken up over the top of these. You don't have to do this. I'm greedy, I know, and pork always makes it that much better, right? And there we go. I'm just going to put that all over it. And then what I'm going to do after that, I get a nice, doesn't have to be perfect. Get a little layer up in there of that. I'll go ahead and layer another layer of these potatoes on top, like that. We'll get the saltiness from the bacon, and we'll be back. You'll enjoy this, I'm sure. Layer number 2. We're going to go ahead and start layer number 3. We'll be right back. The third and final layer, we're going to go ahead and drizzle a little dried parsley on there. Parsley and potatoes, to me, go together like peanut butter and jelly. I really love the two together. Okay, and now that we have that, we'll go ahead and add the sauce. I'm going to add the sauce. Okay, with that done, make sure it's in every little nut and cranny here. There we go. I want to give that just a little bit more love. Take a stick of butter. You could melt this, but a shortcut is just take some butter pieces and just drop them all over the top like this. Really rich. I don't make this often, but when I do, I make a nice sized pan of it. It's all going to cook together. This is really rich, decadent. I'm going to top that with just a little bit of that for color. Pieces of bacon. What do you think, Eric?
Looks like I'm gonna have a good meal tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add a little breadcrumb on top of that too. You could use these are seasoned. You can use unflavored if you want. This is just so you can have a little crunch on top. Eric likes the crunch on it. Heavy or not so heavy, depends on what you like. And that's it. That's a side dish that you can do. Anybody can do this. We're going to go ahead and cover this with some foil. Put this in the oven. It's already got the jerk chicken in there. We're going to go ahead and cover this with foil. Put it in for about 350 for about 45 minutes. Then we'll take the top off and let the top just get nice and brown. We'll be back. Go ahead and set that in the oven. Be back. So here's the jerk chicken I'm doing in the oven here. We're going to go ahead and pull that potatoes au gratin out and see how we're coming along.
This looks delicious. Thank you very much.
Okay. I have a little bit of corn. We got some yellow corn here. We just added some butter. We're going to add some salt and pepper. And we added some 2% milk. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that in the oven just for a few moments and let the top get a little more crispier. Give you an idea what this chicken looks like. There we have it. My version of jerk in the oven. This is authentic jerk is done on the grill, but this is called lazy jerk chicken. Put that in, let that go for about 10 minutes. And we'll be ready to have dinner. Mama should be home from work. Check out the corn, how it's supposed to look. This is corn with a little milk in it, salt, pepper, butter. Like that. Cut the timer off, go to the oven, see how that looks. Let the gratin cook down just a bit more. It's looking good. Chicken looks great. Come in close on that chick. Thought my wife would be home for dinner right now, but it seems like she's running a little late. So to give this a chance to rest. Potatoes smell good, don't they?
Yeah, that'll be the first thing I eat off my plate.
I made 3 layers, so it's got
3?
bacon and 3 kinds of cheese. Oh, and cream cheese. Four kinds.
So it's kind of like a potato lasagna.
It's potatoes au gratin, baby. All right, everything's done. Go ahead and take this out and let it rest. Take that one out. Take that one out. There's dinner for 3. This camera's not doing it justice. There we have it. Next you'll see us plating, or if we skip it and go straight to eating. All right, let's get him some corn. All these potatoes. Okay. Then a piece of chicken for the young man. Ooh. Whole bottom came out of that one.
Tender.
Tender. Falling off the bone, baby. Let's get you a little sauce on there. Just because that's how I like mine. Okay, get a little bit of that sauce on the chicken there. There's a lot of flavor in there. Okay.
Hopefully he has smell-o-vision.
Here's the potatoes au gratin, homemade, pieces of bacon, 4 kinds of cheese, corn soaked in milk, and oven jerk chicken. Didn't do the recipe for you guys on this, but I'll do it another time. I'd already started cooking. Have to have it all done before he gets home. Got a football player at the house. So there we have it. Another one bites the dust. Good? Mm-hmm. Enjoy your meal, Pop.
Thank you, Dad.
Welcome.